Well, slice off my dick and call it salami. 2 rant videos in one day. For those of you who don't know, I don't usually get angry or be a little mad or talk shit about stuff in my videos. I don't even cuss very often. These 2 back-to-back videos here, my last one being about the whole Ghost in the Shell Scarlet Joe situation, and this one talking about AJIN'S animation, AJIN Demi-Human. Oh, God, I fucking hate CGI. I know this isn't news, and it's definitely not news or interesting to talk about how shit CGI looks in anime sometimes. It's not a new fucking topic, but you want to know why I feel like I need to talk about it? Because I feel betrayed. Now, obviously, I'm the one who got my hopes up, so I should just be pissed at my fucking self, but I still feel betrayed because Polygon Pictures, you know, they're the guys who made AJIN Demi-Human, the season 1, and they already have a season 2 in the works, which actually, directing-wise, it's pretty impressively shot, dub and Japanese sub. It's pretty impressively voice acted. I was originally going to review it, but my mind, my mind just kept focusing on one fucking aspect. I couldn't even come up with, I couldn't even write a proper review because my mind was just stuck on the animation and how fucking bad it looks. It looks so fucking awkward and fucking stilted and muddy as shit. Now, Knights of Sidonia, I don't even consider Demi-Human an anime. AJIN Demi-Human in anime because for me, I don't want to be that guy, but you know what? I'm allowed to have my own fucking opinion, so whatever. I don't want to be that guy that's like, oh, this is the criteria. This is the criteria for anime. It has to be just like this, or it's not an anime. It has to be done with a Japanese animation studio attached to it, and some Japanese key people in it, and made in Japan and it, and all that shit and stuff. No, I'm not usually kind of like that, even though I do have my opinions on what is and what isn't anime. Avatar isn't. Anyways, shots fired. Anyways, the anime is pretty bad in terms of animation. It's actually, I have enjoyed the story so far. I'm pretty sure I'm going to take a wild guess and say the manga is better, not just because of the art style, but because of pacing. Honestly, it's weird, but this entire fucking season, it didn't have great character development. I mean, we found out our characters' motives and who our characters were, but it didn't have great character development. It ended on kind of a cliffhanger. I'm just trying to, since I'm not going to make a proper review anymore, I'm just trying to get my thoughts out on the show. But it was fun to watch. There was some pretty fun fight scenes, mostly involving Sato. And the ending, I don't want to spoil it, but that was a pretty cool ending, actually, apart from the fact that it's a bit cliffhangery. A lot cliffhangery. But other than that, my big problem with it is, like with the characterization, we didn't get a lot of character development from our characters. They were mostly, I feel like the plot was just getting set up. Like this was a phase in the Marvel movies. Like this was phase 1, but we haven't even hit the Avengers yet. Like this is this person, this is this person, this is this person. Yeah, I didn't really enjoy that, to be perfectly honest with you, getting jerked around. I mean, it wasn't hard to watch. I got through it in only 2 days, like 2 sittings, and I finished the entire anime. Pretty fast. I did enjoy it. It wasn't hard to watch, but I mean, it was hard to look at, but not watch in general. It was hard to fucking look at. I'm going to go ahead and give Polygon Pictures some praise here. I actually forget what it's called, but it's the series that's a collaboration with Ghibli. I've seen some trailers and stuff with it. It was done by Garo Miyazaki and had won several awards. That series looked nice, like to the point where I almost forgot it was CGI. Almost. Knights of Sidonia looked nice to the point where I almost forgot it was. Did forget it was CGI a couple of times. Like it still looks stilted. It still looks weird. Like you can tell it's CGI. You're definitely gonna remember soon. But the fact that it was able to make me forget for a second was what impressed me. Now I think it's because of the low fidelity of the world of Knights of Sidonia. It's mostly whites and space and white rustic sci-fi backgrounds. You know, the CG really accommodated. You know, their backgrounds are always good, but the characters, they didn't have a huge amount of detail. For example, they have like the traditional, like more of the early 2000s sort of anime design in Knights of Sidonia, where they don't have a lot of facial features, and on top of that, a lot of their outfits are, you know, space sci-fi, like high tech, like they look real good, you know. And I feel like I need to address my feelings on the animation towards Knights of Sidonia. And Expelled from Paradise looked nice, and I can't remember what it's called. I probably should just look it up, but it's the Studio Ghibli collaboration that Polygon Pictures had. And I thought those looked nice. Now, there's obviously other ones I don't think that looks nice, but this one, for example, you know, this one's different because it's set in the real world, and I haven't actually seen that from Polygon Pictures yet. But Studio Ghibli, on the one they did do that, Studio Ghibli helped out, so that looked good. But this one, it just didn't. It looked pretty damn bad. Like, movements were weird and stilted and looked awkward. It looked so fucking muddy. And sometimes the designs, the character design, sometimes it looked good. You know, it has its high points. But for the most part, it's just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Look at this dude's fucking rape face here. What the fuck is that shit? It's like a fucking, like... It's like fucking, who's the smiley bitch from Creepypasta? I can't even remember his name. Smiling Jack or some shit? What? It looks so ugly. And for those of you who think I'm just a CGI-hating motherfucker who just doesn't like this sort of thing in general, well then, suckle on these titties, bitches! So hopefully that gave some perspective to some of you that I'm not just some hater on, you know, the whole CGI aspect of, animating in CG, because I know there's going to be these Japanese companies now and stuff, and I was Rooster Teeth's Ruby, obviously, on the t-shirt, but I know there's going to be these Japanese companies now and shit that, you know, this is the way they're going to do things. And personally, I'm not a big fan of it, but when I saw Knights of Sidonia, I was like, and Expelled from Paradise, Expelled from Paradise, I was like, you know what? Maybe I can get on board with this. And you know what? I can, if they can fool me. But they can't. This shit looked stilted. It looked muddy. I personally don't like it, and it makes me sad when I see adaptations like this. I feel bad when something like when a source material gets raped like this. And I'm not saying the story got raped, because I have no idea, but when animation wise it gets raped like this, and you're just not looking at the same thing you envisioned in your head when you were reading the manga, it's just sad. I feel bad for the fans, you know, that it had to be made this way. I originally felt bad for Knights of the Sidonia, but I got over that because I thought it actually looked good and might fool a few people. And Expelled from Paradise was an original anime film, but I can't call this an anime. AJIN'S is not an anime. It needs to fool me, and it needs to fit my criteria. Like I said, it needs to either fit my criteria or temporarily fool me that it fits my criteria. It did not do that whatsoever. I did not like it. I thought it was ugly. Like I said, though, I did like the anime. I thought the anime was enjoyable. It did have aspects I didn't like. Don't sit here and think I'm talking bad about the anime, quote unquote, like badly in general. The adaptation, I'm just going to call it a manga adaptation because that's what it fucking is. It's a manga adaptation of what's probably a good manga, even though it doesn't really get to the more interesting bits probably until next season. And on top of that, it's got awful animation that we're going to be seeing more of. You know, and I felt bad for people when Flowers of Evil came out and it totally raped the art style of Flowers of Evil. That anime needs to get remade. You know, I'm all for creativity and them wanting to do something new, but you know what? It failed, so let's retry. Go back to the drawing board. This is pretty ugly stuff, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, I'm sorry I've been ranty and angry, and I've been angry in the last video to my current 14 subscribers who watch my videos, and it's just not been fun. There hasn't been great news to talk about, except for the possibility of the Batum Season 2, so go check out that video. That's right. Anyways, this has been AnimeQuest, and I will see you guys on the next AnimeQuest. I completely fucked up my outro. I'm so fucking tired. It's like 7 in the morning, and I haven't been to sleep yet. So, I'm a second shifter, so it's no big deal, but still. Just a couple hours late. I can't even fucking think. Okay. Go ahead, like, and subscribe, or else I will make more rant videos. Maybe you'd like that, okay? So I'm not going to make any more rant videos. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next quest for anime!